Hello, everybody. Welcome back to History of the W. This is episode 13, a real special one again tonight with a guest we've been waiting for since pretty much the beginning. We're really looking forward to it. What do you say, G? We ready for this one tonight?
Man, I don't even know if I'm ready. This guy, I know, he used to hand the ball off to me. He might have threw a pass or two to me. I don't remember, but I know he has stories for days. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun.
Good. Good. I think we need to wait a minute for Gary to jump back on, but I'm looking forward to this as well. I know this is again, to catch up with this guy. We haven't spoken in quite a while, but it's going to be a real treat. Somebody that I spent a lot of personal time with, and in some ways that maybe other football players don't understand, but we'll keep it at that at this point. But why don't we go ahead and get it kicked off when Gary jumps back on, when he gets his technical difficulties straightened out. We'll go from there. But let me bring everybody up to speed again on our show here. Again, this is History of the W. This is episode 13, where we're capturing all of the stories about Widener University's rich football history and a little bit of information about Widener football. And I've updated it since we've had our last show, so give it a little bit more context. But Widener football started in 1879. We have 736 wins here in the NCAA. Only 56 college football programs in history have over 700 wins. Widener is sitting at number 41. Within the mix, tied for 37th, the University of Delaware and Army with 746 wins each. 39th is Miami of Ohio with 740. At number 40, North Carolina with 739 wins. And right behind North Carolina is Widener at 736. Tied for 42nd is Colorado and Utah with 735 wins apiece. And 44th is another Division III school that we've played in the playoffs and so forth, is Wabash. There are there are four teams in Division III that are in that 700 win category. They're Mount Union, Wittenberg, and W&J. And as I mentioned, Wabash is right behind us with 734 wins. We have an overall winning percentage of 612, 2 national championships in 1977 and 1981, and over 20 MAC championships since 1975, 2 of which were earned by every member of this podcast in 1994 and 1995. Now, on to our guest. Now, if you know anything about Widener football and it's Widener's record books, then you already know a lot about this guest. Okay? To summarize this gentleman's achievements at Widener, allow me to rattle off a long list of statistics where he still ranks at Widener since graduating over 30 years ago. In 1994, this man had a 61.5% completion percentage, which ranks 3rd all-time still. In 1995, a 58.6% completion percentage, which still ranks 6th all-time. He had 8 total 200-plus passing yard games in 1995 season, 6th all-time still. 2,644 yards of total offense in 1995, which still ranks 9th all-time. 2,669 passing yards in 1995, which still ranks 10th all-time. 380 offensive plays played in 1995, 9th all-time. 861 total offensive plays from 1992 to 1995, which is 5th all-time among quarterbacks. 195 completions in 1995, 8th all-time. 383 total completions from 1992 to 1995, 5th all-time. 696 attempts from 92 to 95, 6th all-time. 5,340 total passing yards from 1992 through 1995, 7th all-time in Widener history. Brian Green, the quarterback who filled in for this guest when he was injured in 1994 and took over the starting role for the 1996 and 7 seasons, has 2 total more yards than you. I bet you didn't know that, Vic.
I did.
He was the Don Hanson Football Gazette 3rd team All-American, the 1995 MAC Conference Offensive Player of the Year, the 1995 MAC Conference Player of the Year, led the MAC in total offense with 264.4 yards per game in 1995, a top 10 finalist for the Gagliardi Trophy, the Division III equivalent to the Heisman Trophy, in 1994. In 1994, he was also 12th in the nation for pass efficiency in Division III. And in 1995, he was named in Street and Smith football magazine's Players to Watch. Players to Watch. He finished his career ranked in the top 10 in every major passing category at Widener and quarterbacked two of the most prolific offenses in team history, helping to bring Widener back into the National Division III spotlight. Listeners to the History of the W, I give you a man that has both looked at and touched my ass more than anyone else should or need or deserve to. I give you the one and only Mr. Vic Ameye. Brother,
apply here, ladies. Apply here. I touched Pete's ass. That's great.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, welcome, guys. I'm excited to be on talking with you guys. It's great to catch up. Hearing all that just brings back so much stuff. I catch all the episodes. It was awesome to see Cubes on the one last week, and obviously the Big Jim one and the Joe Weiss one. Those ones were great episodes. So I'm looking forward to just shooting the shit for a couple hours with you guys.
Good. Well, we appreciate you having you on, man.
Yes.
Yeah. So, first question, we throw it out to everybody. Vic, how the hell did you end up at Widener? Tell us how you were recruited, the recruiting process. How did it work out for you?
To be honest, Widener was not my first choice. I didn't really have choices. Like I was coming out of high school, Catholic League kid. The league was really good at that time. I know it fell off a little since then, but we had a lot of good players come out of the Catholic League, both sides, the North and the South. Was getting recruited by some bigger schools, was going on a lot of trips, and you know how it was your senior year. It's like, well, where are you going this weekend? You know, and everyone was just going somewhere. So you jumped on and went to these colleges to visit. And the one weekend, Swan, who went to Carroll, which was my high school, he was in recruiting. And there was like 8 guys, Chris Stratz, Lou Steve Felice, Larry Barnes, like all those guys from Carroll. So he's like, yeah, come on down to Widener, you know, check it out, whatever. And I was like, oh, you mind if I come? I just, you know, all my friends were going to a college on the weekend to party. So I was like, yeah, it's 40 minutes away. I'll do it. So we go down and, you know, I talked to Cubes like the night before we went out and he warned, you know, don't get in any trouble, blah, 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 whatever. Somehow I ended up partying at Alpha Sig. I ended up in Atlantic City, got back the next morning. I like, it was a crazy night. We had a great time. I think like Big Jim and Woody and all those guys were hosting us. So we had like a blast. And then the next morning he called me in. He's like, how'd it go? I was like, dude, it was fun. I had a great time, you know, and then I'm sitting at home thinking about it. And I looked at like the D1 schools were great, but I didn't think I was really that caliber to really see time as a D1 quarterback. I was looking more like 1AA, like the Villanovas, UMass, UConns, like those size schools. They were good, but I wasn't, you know, I was getting like nibbles, but no big bites. And then the Division II guys, I was like, these guys are fucking nuts. You know, like they're crazier than the D1 guys. They're waking up at 5 a.m. to do these, you know, timed runs and all. I was like, I don't want my college life to be like, you know, an infinite run in the morning. So I said, screw it. I started to consider, you know, the D3 stuff, had a good time with my boys. Obviously, Larry was my roommate freshman and sophomore year. We were, you know, close from the same, well, I was born in the same town he lived in. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go to Widener. And, you know, after talking to Cubes, you know how he's a great recruiter. When he tells you there's 12 quarterbacks coming into camp, it kind of doesn't make you feel good. But, you know, he said, you know, you'll compete for a spot. You know, he's like, we're going to play the best kid, whatever. And I was into the competition. I thought I could fit, knew that I would, you know, could be effective in the offense that he was showing me. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a go. And I don't second guess it, you know, one bit. I freaking love it. Like it was awesome time. The people I met, you know, you guys, I still talk to, like, we got this little group we got going on with, you know, text back and forth, and we don't see each other as much as we probably want to, but it's because everyone's busy. But I wouldn't trade my time for anything. Like we we did some good shit in 4 years. You know, we went from a struggling program as freshmen, getting our ass kicked. You know, I got hurt during that freshman camp. And, you know, I'm talking about the Armory last time. I was like, oh, I remember that building, shit sitting on the floor. Couldn't get something to drink. You know what I mean? It was like, it was crazy. Um, but then, you know, by junior year, when it opened up quick, we, you know, walking down there, like just those times were unbelievable. Like I wouldn't trade any of that. You know, just the friendships that I made and getting to play with you guys, and we had some success too. So it was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great, man. It's funny your story about how you got there. You're asking them, can I tag along? Can I come with you guys?
Yeah.
I can't believe that, man, because you were a really good quarterback, man. And actually had to look up some of your high school stuff. You know what I mean? You set the single, actually 2 seasons in a row, you set this completion record, 71 and 70 in a year. So that's pretty cool. And you finished, I think, 3rd team all Catholic. So, you know, you had a good career. And it's funny because I know you remember this. You and Larry Barnes was one of the first recruits I actually met coming to Widener.
I was going to tell this story, G. Up at Carroll.
Yep. Before.
Okay, let me tell it because it'll be better.
Yeah.
Because first of all, Carroll is in Radnor, right? Radnor is like big, like estate homes. I'm not from there. I'm from King of Prussia. We lived in a little tiny rancher, like in a neighborhood. Cubic calls me and goes, "Yo, I got this recruit, George Jones. I want to get you guys together." I said, "All right, well, meet me at Carroll." You know, Carroll's kind of 15 minutes from me, and it's probably half hour, 40 minutes from Chester. So he says, "All right, this guy from Chester is going to come up and meet you at Carroll." I was like, "Oh, this is going to be fucking great." You know, like, what's he going to think of me? What am I going to think of him? Like, I'm a little nervous about this. So we were working out, and in comes this little car. It's a beat up little hoopty. I think it had rims, tinted wheels, and all. I'm like, this got to be George Jones. You came up with a couple friends, whatever.
Yeah.
George
Tony
gets
Mosley.
Yeah.
Oh wow, no kidding.
George gets out of the car, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy's like is he like you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger to me. Like you had arms, like I was like, this is unreal. This guy is not a Division III football player. So we went into the weight room, and back then, you know, you're in high school, everyone wants to do 225, and you know, we could all do it. Like camp, I think I did it like 8 times freshman year. George comes in, and I told them before, George, I was like, this dude had no form, but he just put 2 plates on, and he's like talking to us as he's repping out 225. I'm like, holy shit, what did I get myself into here? This guy is nuts. Did it like 15 times, right? So we go out, and it was insane to see the talent that I was going to have around me. And that was my first impression of like, oh, this guy's putting together like a team, you know. And then obviously it just got better and better and better. And it helped that a lot of the people that came to camp, like when you get dropped off that first day and there's 100 and I don't know, there's a shitload of freshmen in the parking lot. You're just like, wow, you know, like what is all this? But I knew Hamill because he's going to be happy I brought this up because he brings it up every conversation we have. He kicked the field goal to put us into overtime in the Catholic League Championship in 1991 when we were juniors in high school. My uncle somehow got on the field and was behind the goalpost and got a great angle of the kick coming over the crossbar. I mean, it didn't make it by much, but it was a 42-yarder in high school. That was pretty impressive.
Wow.
So Ham also played basketball as well as I did. So before the Ryan Carroll basketball game, I had to walk up and hand this tape. My uncle's like, give it to the kicker. Hold like this angle, whatever. So here I am trying to scope out this guy that beat us. We ended up losing in overtime in the Catholic League Championship. So I had to hand this tape to Hamill. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm Vic. Like, my uncle got this video of you kicking this ball, you know, so that was embarrassing. But, yeah, he reminds me of that pretty much every time we talk. But again, like, the guys like that, like, all the dudes that are, you know, Catholic League South guys, the Catholic North guys that were on the team. There was a lot of talent in the area. And when I heard some of the guys that were like George, I did some homework and like looked at some of these guys and I'm like, how are these guys dropping to a D3 school? I'm like, we're going to be good. And, eventually we were once we got to know each other and got our shit together. But yeah, it was good stuff.
That's crazy. I didn't know those things were happening. We were coming from somewhere else, and that wasn't. I mean, when I came in from Delaware, a bunch of the Delaware guys came in. You remember Chuck Singleton, a few others. Like, we
Dude,
were.
I wanted to talk about that guy too.
Yeah. So we knew those guys from, and it was funny. I left. I'll tell you something funny, quick story. When we were freshmen, there was remember the ESPN used to have those "Where Are They Now" kind of things. And they did a "Where Are They Now" on Bill Berge, used to play the middle linebacker for the Eagles, right? And he was a coach, a high school head coach in Delaware, and they made this show that he was coaching, and it was like two schools in Delaware. When one of them had Chuck Singleton on the team, and it was like two titans fighting, right? And both teams had one win. Like it's just a TV show. It's funny, but he was a hell of a player, man. He was a total stud. Like when we played in the All-Star game in Delaware, he ripped everybody up at that game. I mean, he knew what he was doing, but he couldn't hang on in the Widener, unfortunately. But
yeah, why? I don't know why he left, but he was probably one of the best elusive running backs I've ever played with. Yeah. Like, I mean, I listened to that. I would hand the ball to him like we're like scrimmaging. This is during freshman year camp. And he'd be like, gotcha. And he'd be like talking to the dudes before he made the moves. I'm like, this fucking guy's unbelievable. What is he doing here? It was insane. Him, Dwight Massey, remember all them dudes?
Yeah.
Dwight Massey. I got the
good story about him, but go ahead.
Dude, I remember we're in the field house remember the Thursday walkthroughs? And we're doing our like -1. We're like, hey, you're at the -1 and you got to come out. We're going to run this play, whatever. So they had the whole thing scripted where they used to kind of test the quarterbacks to make sure we knew what to check to in this situation. And it was 2-minute drill, whatever. Well, we're lined up in double tight. I checked to like a wide receiver, like a 380 or something, something like to a wide receiver. Cubit goes ape shit. Like, Vic, everybody knows that, screaming his head off at me in the field house. I'm like, what? He's like, what'd you check to? And I'm like, 380. And he's like, you don't have any receivers in the game. And he just goes off. I mean, he is so close to me. I can smell his breath. Like, it's bad. And I'm freaking out. And I'm a freshman. I'm a deer in headlights. I didn't run a check offense. We did check with me's in high school, but not like to Cubit level. And Dwight Massey's in the back of the huddle going, sucker punch him. Sucker punch him. I'm like, I'm not fucking in that guy. You see how mad he is at me? He's telling me to punch him. I'm like, you're fucking crazy, dude. I am not hitting this guy. So, yeah, that was I remember those days like they were yesterday. I remember sitting around because they all lived I stayed in Thayer Hall freshman year, and they were all on my floor. Chuck had a single. Dwight was right next to me and Larry, and then Larry's brother was across the hall. So we had a really cool floor, and that was kind of like my intro to Widener was kind of those guys. I didn't know Snock and Hamill and all those guys yet because we were spread out at that point. Yeah. Once football started and we, got to really know each other, then you started to see, and then Alpha Sig and all this stuff. But in the beginning, it was kind of like, all right, we'll find some people that you're comfortable with. And luckily, I was with Larry, freshman year, and me and him caused enough trouble to meet enough people. There's so many stories. I just got to be careful. I don't let any bad ones leak out.
Yeah.
Like camp. I mean, I hear you guys talking about camp, and every time, like, it just brings you back.
Oh yeah.
Like those 16-110s, you get out of your car and they're like blowing the whistle, and you're like, God damn it, I got to run 16-110s. They didn't bother me as much, except until senior year, because I turned 21 August 20th. When did we report to camp? August 20th. So it's my birthday. I don't know who carried me home, but I ruined a pair of sneakers because we went out the one night they give you like a little bit of freedom.
Yeah.
We went to Walio's and I got my 21st.
We all had to be there. 'Cause your birthday. I'm one day ahead of you. I'm the 19th. Remember? So we were probably all there.
Yeah, somebody drugged me home, and I ruined a pair of sneakers because the toes of my sneakers were like gone from. But yeah, I mean those days were like they were awesome. The AC Doocy tournaments that were going on late night. You know, when we stayed in at the old stadium, we'd run our 16-110s, and we stayed in those two. They were girl dorms then, I think.
Yeah.
Like Kapelski and something else, and we'd get AC Doocy going. Sharples, yeah. Get AC Doocy going, and the Mac was right over there in Old Main. So it was like an $80 pot, and to us that was like, you know, big at the time. So we're all freaking out, and it's like pot, and then a bad card comes up, you're like, ah! I mean, it was insane. So I remember those days like it was like yesterday. It's awesome to, you know, think back and the shit we did during camp. Oh my God. Night training people, you know, open up the windows and yelling night train when you see a kid like throwing his bag over the fence, trying to get out without being noticed. It was awesome.
There's a lot of them. A lot of casualties out there. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, it just, you know, I mean, it's the point of this, right? Just to kind of catch all those and just have a spot to put them, you know, to if you want to ever revisit them and stuff like that. And we've been getting some pretty good ones, man. That's it's just, you know, some real reveals, you know. And it's great to
I got
too,
a
because
reveal for you.
Yeah.
I got a reveal for you.
Oh,
Ugliest fucking
wow.
jacket I
That's
ever
the ugliest
got
jacket. The ugliest
as a
jacket.
player or coach.
Oh,
I mean, come on, dude. Look, seriously?
never worn, huh?
It looks good, man.
Oh, I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to give Doug McLaughlin a shout out. This is his favorite jacket.
I don't even know
think.
where mine is at.
Dude,
Where
I
don't know
brought
if
it
I
up
even
just
bought
for
one.
you guys.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh, God. So,
We just won the MAC championship for the first time in like however long.
yeah.
And I think McGrane comes out with these jackets. Here you go, guys. We're all like, what the fuck? What is that? You're giving us that?
You know what was good, and I have my pair that we had the champion shorts that said Mac Champs on the ass. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What credit it said on
well,
their
yours
ass.
might have said it on the ass. I think mine said it on the front leg.
Yeah, no, it was all over. Remember, dog, you remember those? Remember those? They said Mac Champs all across the ass of the shorts.
Jen got them for you.
Yeah, that's right, babe. Your mine said Mac Champs. So fucking wide, right?
Whoever was the designer for our gear,
Yeah.
they must have been the worst.
Oh, man.
See, don't say that, because I'm still friends with that. Mike Ellison and eFootwear used to get us all our like cleats and stuff like that. I don't think he had anything to do with this. He wouldn't put. I still get well, up until a couple years ago, I was still getting uniforms for baseball and stuff from him. He does all like team apparel and stuff like that, but he would never be tagged to something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool like in the 70s maybe, but like it must have been a leftover or something. I don't know.
The color, I mean, just having a pullover was one thing, but it's just horrible. I'm pretty sure I don't think did they give them to us or did we buy them? I can't remember if we had to buy them. Or,
I wouldn't fucking buy that.
no, I wouldn't have bought
with your money.
No. Fuck that, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I had to bring it out. I was like, where's that jacket I got? And I went downstairs. I still got my 8th grade corduroy jacket. Like I just kept, for whatever reason, it's been moving with me. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep it now. Now it's like, how long can I hang on to this thing?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it, man. I forgot all about that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
you got
brutal.
one somewhere.
I got it
George.
somewhere. I'm going to go dig, see if I can find it.
That's against your fashion sense, though, man. You couldn't.
It was bad. That was bad.
I don't even think you can make that jacket look good. I mean, you should see. I look. We did that. Remember a few years back? We did like the. I don't know. We went out on. They honored us for like one of the MAC championships or something. 20 years maybe or something.
Yeah.
And we went out on the field. Doug had his on. He wore it. I'm not that brave. I might have brought it, but I wasn't wearing it.
No, man, no. But they changed the colors now. You see, they're darker blue and different yellow, and they got away from that. The original colors were from Sweden's colors. That's how that all came about. But they've changed it all now, so probably a little better. Some of the gear is. I've gotten some stuff from the coach over the last few years, and it's a little suspect, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah. No, I like the car. I like the field.
Yeah.
I got the fields. This is my little quasi office when I was working. Like when we did like Mondays and Fridays from home. But I got the Widener field here and then Memorial up there.
Yeah.
So and then I got Pitt's, Acrisure Stadium, and that's the high school near us. We got a really nice high school place. So it's like my wife's like, "Oh, let's put your football things up, blah blah blah."
Nice.
And I'm like, I was like, I needed something for the room. And, when you're on meeting,
I said it before, but I have the picture of Bunta from the cafeteria that was in McMorland. It's right above my desk here. It's 6 foot wide. It's
you like him that much?
Yeah, well, I'm in it. You can see me. You can see George is in it too. You're like kind of like crouched down, and you can see me in the background and Ryan Cawthorn. And it's the first game at Quick. We played Kings, and he's like must have been a hammer play or something, but he's running through the middle. It's a good picture. It's and Jen was just there one day and they were taking it down. And she saw the guy. She's like, "I'll take that if you're getting rid of it." And he just rolled it up and gave it to her. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just had it for a long time, but and he always busts my balls. Just saying, I love the fact that you have a picture of me in your office.
Bunta.
Yeah, man.
Bunta's doing good. I see him every once in a while. We went to one of Big Jim's games this year. Big Jim had a great run. Like. He's been having a great run everywhere he's went. I don't know how he's not in D1 yet. Like somebody's missing out, but he is killing it down at Kutztown. So we went up, Gal, me, Doug, Snocker, Hamill. Shit, who else came? And Bunta. And then Bunta brought his kids. I don't want to miss anybody, but like whoever was there, we had a blast, dude. Like hanging out before the game, talking our trash or whatever, and then going up and seeing Jimmy coach, and they were like destroying people in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Had a good run and just came up a little short at the end there, but he's got his quarterback back, who's I just saw like preseason All-American, so they're going to be good again this year.
Yeah,
I'm just hoping they can
take it. I thought they were ranked number 1 in the PSAC. So.
PSAC, shit.
They're ranked top 3 in the nation.
Yeah, they're probably top. Yeah. I don't know if they're 1 because they got a couple schools. It's kind of like Mount Union.
I think there were 2 overall nation.
2 or 3, something like that.
They're
still competing against like Ferris State or no, wait, is it the right division or no? Who's
Yeah.
Those like but yeah, he's look, anything could happen, right? So.
Oh, he said Craig Reynolds went to the pros. He's got the kid this year, the lineman, 75. I don't remember his name, but like he's on the Giants now. Like he's putting out some kids there. And him, like, God, I would have loved to play for him. Not that I didn't love playing for Cuba, because I know we're going to get into the Cuban stuff too. I still talk to him, not regularly, but a few times, and we always call him when we're banged up. Like, so I feel like
he said. He told me that. He's like, they're at the shore, at the bar,
No, we're at Jack's. We're at Gal's. We're at Gal's place, and let's call SWAT, let's call Cubes, let's call GA, and we're all drunk. You can't hear anything. We're yelling at each other. So we got done. I called him at his house. I said, "Hey, I just want you to know we're not like this all the time." I said, "But when we get together, and Hamill's there, this is what happens."
Yeah.
So we had a good conversation. His wife's not doing real well right now, but he's doing everything he can, and like I look back, I was thinking like, oh God, they're gonna bring up cubes. Dude, in college, there was times where I wanted to kill that man. Like, come on, you guys seen it.
Oh yeah,
Like, I took the brunt of a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff,
you did.
but it was all, I don't know, dude. It's hard to explain. It was all like worth it in the end, I guess. Like we became like a team around some of the stuff like that. Like he was the common enemy. You know what I mean? And he was okay with playing that role. Um, I took
Well,
a
look,
lot
all
of
the best. You took everything, but all the best teams are led by the players, and that
exactly.
we had that. There was no doubt about that. I mean, they pointed us in the right direction, and then we were the bullet, man. So
Yeah, I mean, shit,
it's obvious. It's obvious. Yeah.
junior and senior year, offensively, I mean, our defense was always strong, but offensively, we just continued to grow through 4 years. It didn't matter. We were scoring. Like, I think our average, I would love to find out what was our average drive. It's probably under 2 minutes. I mean, it didn't matter. Run, throw, doesn't mean shit. You throw a bomb to Bunto or you give it to Goss or George or Robson or somebody, everybody's scoring.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter. Like you called out those accolades. That's not me. That's Bunta. That's Mahalan. That's Joe Brannigan running those 20 to 18 comebacks. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
we
don't
had
forget
good.
those brutes blocking for you like Pete,
Oh yeah. Well, dude, come on. Him, House. Oh, House. I forget House.
Yeah.
Dude, one holding call his entire career, and it
Yeah.
happens to be against
Like
Lycoming.
in a
You
flea
know,
flicker, whatever
it's
crazy
some
play.
bullshit play we put together, right?
Yeah.
Some out of GA's mind, most likely, and he happens to get one holding call in his career, and it's that play. But battle, like everybody battled, everyone was fast. Like you couldn't mess with our offense. And I know you guys talked about the changeover to the eye and all this stuff, and then me and Pete talked about it. We talked offline, just about some of that stuff. To me, I didn't even really remember switching up a lot. Like, because we ran a lot of the same plays, we just did it out of a different formation. Now, we were throwing the ball a lot more. There's no doubt, like when we got to junior year, but we still ran right 18, reverse left, and Z Hammer, like we focused. Boonta had more rushing touchdowns than a lot of our running backs, probably
Yeah.
on the same play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can, if I'm going this way with one of our running backs that we had in our little arsenal, and then I pitch it to Bunta going the other way, it's it's not you can't stop that. What are you
No.
gonna stop? You know?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that play not working, other than if we had a fumble like I know that I have a video at Susquehanna '92 where he fumbled it and I picked the ball up and ran it.
And that's scary.
And so yeah,
That's almost as bad as me running the ball.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
But
I
but
am not
otherwise
a runner.
it never didn't work. It always did something. So it was an interesting play. But yeah, I mean, but what to step into that whole scenario of the changeover of the offense, it was Cubitt that brought up he said two things, and I remember this clear as day. He didn't say this on the call, but when we switched, he gave the reason that when you ran the ball or when the quarterback ran the ball, we only averaged 7 yards a carry. And then, they were going to the other teams were figuring it out. But then when he said we had to protect you because you hurt your knee, I was like, oh my God, he's right. I always thought of us as immortal and inhuman and like, not, we weren't ever really going to get hurt. And he was right to say that. Like, I get it, right? I was like, well, now you'll be fine. We're gonna keep going. And but so I didn't agree with the change. I know, we all have our own feelings about it. We went to kind of a almost no huddle at a lot of times too, which is obviously not easy on everybody, but certainly not easy on fat asses like me.
You guys were.
I mean, you can't argue with the results, though.
Hey, if Joe Weiss
because
can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we did it, right? It happened, but
That's
you
not a
can't.
bust on Joe Weiss, by the way. I got to
No,
make
it's
sure because
that's
I
right.
know he's going to watch his shit, and I
Yeah,
don't want him getting mad at me.
he's in high praise in my book,
I
but
love that dude.
but we can't argue with the results. I mean, we put up crazy points, crazy amount of points. So, it didn't work out. We beat ourselves in '95. End of story. You know what I mean? Like we should have won that game at Susquehanna, but less Lycoming both times. We should have beat them both times. I mean, the first game we had 5 field goals. We should have had 35 points. We would have mopped the floor with them, right? But that's not like us. That was never like us. But
Was that the helicopter game, or was the helicopter
no,
our last game?
yeah, the helicopter game was the playoff game.
Dude, how crazy was that? Come out of there's a fucking helicopter flying 6 feet above the field.
Yeah.
There's snow plow in the field. And we didn't have beautiful turf like what's behind you there.
Yeah.
Dude, we played how many, here's another stat. How many games did we play where between the 30s, it was fine. But from the 30 to the goal line, you couldn't even see green. It was brown because it was all mud. And I mean, that field held water like crazy.
You mean the old field? You mean even the old? Well, even the quick? You mean
quick?
Yeah, I remember the grass being really loose. Big chunks of it would be flying, and I do remember that they could never get it right, because it just didn't have enough time to grab. You know what I mean? Probably by the time they planted it and whatnot. But
could you imagine us on turf?
Oh, forget it.
With the speed we had? Come on.
I've never played. I've never played on turf.
No, me neither.
I only did it in that Catholic League Championship when we played it. We played at Villanova Stadium. But other than that, it was all grass. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's all turf. Like high schools, some of these high school fields we go to, I'm just like, this is better than Widener's field. And Memorial Stadium was a cool location, but that field was shit.
Terrible.
It was bad.
Right?
It was bad. It was bad.
I remember running and becoming like 2 or 3 inches shorter.
Yeah, right. It was on a slope.
Yeah. You're squishing down. Right.
How did they sell us on that thing? Like, oh, this is where you play. It's like, dude, my parents are gonna get splinters. They're sitting on wood that's from like 1912. Like,
yeah.
But being in the middle of campus, it was cool. Yeah. It was part of our story. You know what I mean? So we all took it hook, line, and sinker, and it did. Man. George, I know you were a little like, oh, move me to defense. Man, you could have played anywhere on that field. It didn't matter.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny. Well, I won't even. Well, when he changed it, I actually asked to go to defense. It's funny because he kind of, Coach Cuban made it look like, hey, we wanted him over there, but I asked to go there just because I wasn't getting the ball much. I was staying over there. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to sit on the sideline. You know what I mean? Put me in somewhere. But yeah, it was tough. That was tough. Senior year was, for me, it was tough. And then I ended up getting hurt. A lot of guys got hurt that year. That was kind of a tough year.
Yeah.
Even though we were successful, but overall, but I just thought we could have been a lot more successful. Going into senior year, my head was like, confidence was to the roof. You couldn't tell us we were gonna, because if you look at that, because we had so many players that made all conference that of 94. Yeah. I was looking at the old I think Gossett sent me, and I think Pete, you got it too. Just the list of all the people that were on that team that from our offense that just made it first team. Rob Son made it, I think, special teams. And it was unbelievable the talent we had, man. But I'm gonna take you back though. Like, how did you but going back, like when you first got there, those first couple of years, I know. Trying to build that thing. How did you stay? I know you talked about the, the relationship you had, tumultuous relationship you kind of had with. We all knew about, you and Cuban. How did you stick it out through? Like, I know it had to be rough.
I never, to be honest, I never never thought I was, maybe it wasn't a self-confidence thing. Like I was confident in my abilities, but I felt like I was at the right place. You know what I mean? I was at the right level. Like I had a chance. I wanted to play. You know what I mean? And I knew it wasn't coming at those higher levels. And then once I saw this thing rolling, I saw the talent. I mean, how could you not look around the room and be like, dude, this team's going to be good?
Yeah.
Like you had a belief, you bought in, right? And Cuban didn't lack confidence, right?
No.
Like he let you know we're going to be okay. And, like having Scott, like McHenry, like that was huge. That's another dude I looked at. We walked into camp and I see this guy. I'm like, you're a fucking quarterback?
Yeah.
I'm like, this George Jones guy gets out of the car and I'm like, I see muscle first. Then I got a 225-pound quarterback that like looks like a linebacker.
Him and his
Oh,
brother,
this is his
right?
brother. He is a linebacker.
Yeah, he is a linebacker. That's right.
But me and him, like we had a lot of like during camp, like we're looking in the playbook because you did not want to get your ass chewed out. Cubes explained it to me a little bit. After we had a couple moments during our career, he always used to call me into his office. I mainly remember this is probably the 94-95 season, not too much earlier because we were just trying to figure out the offense and get our stuff going. But he would call me in his office and be like, he's like, look, I'm the head coach. I'm the quarterback coach. I expect you to be perfect. He's like, so when you're not perfect, I have to take my mind off of the head coach job, which has a lot of, things about it, and bring it back to you. I don't want to have to do that. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, mental midget. How many times did you hear it? That was my nickname, right? That's what he said. Oh, you're a mental midget. I'm like, dude, you are talking shit that I don't understand. So like if we weren't on the same page going into the game, it showed. So we did our best, but he always pulled me into his office after the games and was like, hey man, I hit you hard today. Like I didn't mean to go there on this because there was times where it was like, dude, this is like I was like, you better watch it. My mom's up there under the eye in university watching this game, and she may come kick your ass. It was almost like belittling at some points, but we were getting better. So like I always told him, and I told him this on the phone. I think he mentioned it on his call too. I would listen to the message, not the way he was saying it to me. Like I took all the frustration out of the message, right? And I think we all had to do a little bit of that. Swan wasn't quiet all the time. He had that big Robin Williams smile, but he could get in your face
the Joker
too.
smile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They could get in your face too. But if you just listen to what they're trying to tell you, and by junior year, we started understanding each other a little better. Where I could kind of go back because at this point we knew the offense. So now I felt more of a part of it. And George, to answer your question, how did I stick with it? I was like, well, then it became fun because then we started scoring. Now we got a new stadium. Now I got an ugly ass jacket to wear with all my boys. You know what I mean? Like we were getting better each week.
We got McDonald's.
Yes.
Exactly. We got McDonald's. No more box lunch from the calf. We were getting McDonald's. Remember that from Susquehanna? I remember that. I got a picture. I sent it to Cubes the other day. It's me and his wife after that game. And we were happy as shit because I don't even remember how all these games ended. But I got a picture of me and Snock, one of them, and then I got another one where his wife came up and gave me a big hug because she knew I took it hard, like during games and stuff like that. But it was never, that was all shit on the outside. People saw it and they were like, "How do you put up with it?" But I was like, "You just don't know the relationship we have." I was like, by junior year, I was numb to the yelling. That didn't bother me. It was you're just learning at that point.
See, we didn't know this. See, I don't think
Right.
Pete knew either. Like that behind the scenes stuff. Like you actually, he's pulling you in the office after he chewed you out. Like
we didn't
know anything about that.
No.
I didn't know if he was going to punch me or hug me. You know what I mean? But he always explained himself, and like I appreciated that. Even like my last after that 31-27 Lycoming game, our last game as seniors. it was not a good mood after the game. You realize this is, I may never play this game again. So it's upsetting for the guys. And we were together for 4 years. So imagine that now. Now these kids, they go, they're here for a year and then they're portal this, portal that. And they don't have the years to bond like we did, especially us, because it was a lot of people for 4 years. You know what I mean? So you get in that situation. But I went up to the press box and I'm doing like an interview with this guy, and Cubes comes in because they're going to talk to him after me. And he sits right next to me. I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable, especially if they ask me a question like about him. You know what I mean? I don't want to say anything. And I don't know if he asked me or if I just stuck around for his part of the interview. And it was like he was talking to me, but it was the interview. It was the weirdest thing. And he was just saying how proud he was of, us as a team and personally, like looking at me though. So I took that to heart. Like he was like our father figure a little bit during college. Like that was the guy that we looked up to in college. We could have hated him together. He could have been that common enemy, but like I said before, he was okay with playing that role.
I said it too. I had my own issues. I had my own, he came after me a bunch in 95 too, since I, was captain and things like that, and put a lot of pressure on me in other ways. But I could, I'm better for it. Right. I'm better for it. Like, I mean, look, there were plenty of times I want to stomp that motherfucker in the face too, but I didn't. And then, he didn't coach me like he coached you. I had my own coach, right, with Sama, and Sama wasn't like that. Sama was super mild.
I love him too, man.
He wasn't, so that was a different flavor for all of us. But, again, I'm very adamant saying I didn't agree with a lot of things. I felt there was a little bit of, my biggest pet peeve is when we didn't get the exit interview with him. That was my biggest pet peeve. We all had those interviews at the end of the season with everybody, your position coach, and then him. And then when I thought we were going to get I felt like we were owed that, Vic. We were that freshman group, that first group that came through, and we did all that, and it maybe get a goodbye. And it didn't happen. We're busy. We're not going to meet with you. And I'm like, I feel like I just got shunned after all that sweat and blood, So that was
to be honest, I don't remember that stuff. Like I went to Widener 4 years, had an unbelievable time, met some incredible people.
Yeah.
We won a lot of friggin' games. We went out on top. I take pride in it because we turned that program around. They were great before, and then they were, sliding a little bit. We came in as freshmen, 3-6-1, then 6-4. After that, it was over. And you were reading out the records before. When I left there, I was number one in almost every single record. Then Brian came in, and Brian took a couple of them. Then the kid after that, the Granado kid, and I followed them. Those records were made to be broken. They weren't real impressive records. They were just waiting to be broken. And every kid that came in after us, then Swan took over. They kept winning and winning. Now they're in that. So you're following your team. But you got to realize we started that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And the
100%.
stadium, we put that buzz out there. They got some, Coleman and all those receivers that came in. What's the other one?
Jimmy
Jones. Yeah, those guys, they were studs, man. And I run into them a couple homecomings I went to. I'll see those guys or one of the games or whatever, and I'll see them and I'll be like, oh man, you guys, I thought we were good. Your team was killing it. They had Leon Payne. GA gave him the ball 65 times a game. But that dude was good, man. That dude was good. But it's just to know we started that, you got to take a little bit of pride in that as well. And take that from your journey. George, I know you, shit. When I saw you that day get out of the car at Carroll, I was like, this dude's a D1 guy. When I saw Robson catch a ball and go down the field like this, I was like, he's a D1 guy. Robson could have played D1 hands down, probably more than anyone else that I can remember on our team.
Good, yeah.
That dude was legit. Chuck Singleton's another one. Like I still
Yeah.
am concerned about that dude because he was good too. But Rob Tom was just a special athlete. And yeah, we just did our thing, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hell of a mix, man. It was a great core group, and to have that, couple of years of longevity was, made a real impact. I mean, what we say, we've said it before on the other podcasts. The '94 team was probably top 10 all time at Widener, some way. You got your national championship teams, and then there's a few close ones, and that was one of them that's definitely up there. It was a special team, and again, the offense gets all the pub, but we talk about the defense too. And we had 3 All-Americans on defense at '94.
Oh yeah.
First team All-Americans, and then and that was probably the reason why things dropped off, because we lost all 3 of them. Or actually, I'm sorry, we lost a couple of them, but Blaze came back, but we lost a couple of All-Americans, and they weren't replaced. We just went with the next guy.
Well,
and the
dude,
next
look
guy
at the
wasn't-
next. I mean, you're talking OJ and those guys, but then look down.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Big Jim.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
Well, no,
All-American.
you lost him. You lost Scarpati.
Right.
Antonio Moore. You lose. I mean, like you guys, like and they were not replaced. They weren't. We had good guys. They were good enough to play at Widener, but
Yeah, you guys
we
were
had
talking
holes.
D-backs when
Yeah.
you were talking and going in. I don't remember, and you think I would, but I don't remember the D-backs 94, 95 as much. Like I remember Antonio because that dude was everywhere.
Mhm.
Like he just came on that one season, had like 7,000 interceptions, and then left. I was like, where did this dude go?
In '93, he was on JV.
JV the year
He was.
before.
But it was him. It was Mercer and Scarpati and Bobby McCabe.
Bobby McCabe.
I think those
My
guys.
St. James, another Catholic South boy. Him and Mahalan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite combinations out of the Catholic League South. Because we played them. Now they were a year below us. I know Mahalan stayed with me or with us during his trip up there when he was still at St. James. And man, him and McCabe cracked me up so bad. Because Mahalan was like the Oscar De La Hoya, smooth, suave, whatever. Where Bob and me and Bob, I crack up all the time when I see, like, if I don't run into him much, but when I see him, he gets animated when he's telling you a story. He's like, "Yo, Vic, check this shit out, right?" And and I'm like, "Dude, I love you. You just have energy everywhere." The funny story: we played high school. I was running a quarterback sneak against St. James. We're laying on the bottom of this pile, and McCabe's like face to face with me. And I'm like trying to reach up, and I was like, boop, and I poked him in the eye because he's yelling, "Yeah, Vic, I'm gonna fucking," he's doing what he does. So I poked him in the eye. He goes ballistic. He's scared. "I'm gonna kill you!" Flags everywhere. We had a good time with them, and they hung out with us like they fit in like automatically because it was like because they were St. James boys. Like we brought them into the the Catholic League inner circle, and they were hanging with us from freshmen or when they were freshmen on. And some good dudes, man. Trent Everett's another receiver I remember. Joe Brannigan. Like I said, that dude ran. I remember FDU. He ran a 20-18 comeback out of like the 160, backfield. Fake that draw, wait a couple seconds, look backside, throw it 18 yards downfield. I don't know how he did it, but there was never anyone near him. Like he ran the best routes. Him and Mahal were the 2 best route runners. Bunta wasn't great at running routes, but Bunta's deep threat was so scary to people.
Yeah, it's too fast.
He'd run that little curl. I mean, Susquehanna junior year, he had, or was it junior or sophomore year? He had 10 catches for 205.
Yeah,
9 of them were probably on the same play.
Yeah.
And then once they figured that, they tried to rob it with.
Can't stop it.
Yeah, they tried to rob it with the safety. And as soon as he saw that, he just threw his outside hand up. Now we're just going over the top. So, like, how can you stop that? Like, and the fact that we got to play together for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's the only dude I'll tell you. He's always open. He told me every time. I'm like, boom. I was laying on my back, dude, but you were 40 yards down the field. There's no way I'm making this throw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right,
Yeah.
man. That continuity was there, man. By '94, I mean, I didn't even need to look at the playbook anymore. Like you guys needed to know more than we did, but like it didn't. It was just so automatic. I still know what to do. If you had a play call, I'd still know what to do. Like that's how bad it was ingrained in my brain. But just
And it was pretty simple. And then we tried to get a little cute with it. Remember when we went to the no huddle? We went with the wristband, and then it was like, a play freshman year was right 21. It was like boom, boom. Okay, right 80 Canton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember all those plays, option routes and whatever. And I black 80 Canton. I wanted front side post to boot. So you remember like all that shit. By junior and senior year, we went to the wristband, and I had my wristband somewhere. I wish I would have grabbed it. It's like left zip, trips right, different motions and shit like that. I'm like, we're just confused. Why are we doing this? Like, we're confusing ourselves more. Like, how about we just line up and beat the shit out of them? Like, we were that good that we could just come up and what are you going to stop? You're going to try to go cover 2 and put somebody over top of Bunta? Okay, we're going to throw to Mulholland. You want to do this? Well, we're going to run option. And I think to go back to one of the points you made earlier, why the change in offense. If I was going to be the quarterback, that wing T-esque offense that we had was not going to work. Like, unless it was just an automatic pitch every time. And then once you make it that, I think it's easier to stop. So for me, I thought about this question because when I heard you ask Cubes, I was like, why did we change? I was like, well, shit, was it my fault that we changed? I was like, yeah, I'm not an option quarterback. Like, I might have got 7 yards of carry, but that's only because they were tackling George and Gossett on the outside. They were worried about them. They weren't worried about me. But once you lock that down, and being that every high school in the Northeast ran the wing T, like it was pretty easy to pick up on some of those tendencies. So to switch it up, but still have those plays in our arsenal and run it out of the eye, it was pretty good. We could do a little bit more. And then you remember we did a lot of shotgun.
Yeah.
So it gave us the ability to go 2-minute drill and stuff. And I think that would have helped us, when we got to the playoffs and stuff. But unfortunately, the Lyco game happened, and who knows what could have happened, because that game was just messed up. You remember all the stuff that went on, the people that couldn't go on the trip, and then we were trying to do, Gossett was dogged because he was like the only running back we had at that point.
Yeah, can you guys expand on that?
I'm trying to remember all the stuff that happened.
I don't remember. I don't remember it either. I don't recall who was in or not. We were talking about that before. How much did Gossett play? I mean, we might have to check in with him at some point, but we don't remember. We don't have the statistics on it, or just everyone was concerned with their, like, this is part of that too, Vic. Like, you could tell us from your vantage point what you were seeing, because you sure as hell don't know what I was doing or what yours. And that's the good part of this, right? So we can put it all together.
I had some record in the NCAA for having the most attempts. It was like 56 attempts or something, like 36 of 56. 56. That was half my season in high school.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I threw the ball like 10 times a game. And my receivers were so wide open because we had some stud running backs in high school as well. So, like, for me to throw the ball 56 times a game, that's not the way for us to win either. You know what I mean? Like, we were hurting at running back. I kind of remember, but I don't want to spill any, make any enemies or whatever, but I just don't think we had everyone on our team there that day. Let's leave it at that. And that kind of hurt us a little bit because it put a lot on Goss's shoulders. George, you were still over on defense, right? Or were you?
I was hurt. Man.
You got hurt. That's right.
I was done. Yeah, I was done, man. I tore my ACL that year. That was senior year, 95. I tore it that Albright game, I was balling. I was literally not coming out the game. I was playing every play that game, going both ways. I mean, was having a great game, but I was tired.
Yeah.
You get hurt when you get tired.
Yeah.
That's what happened there. So, yeah, I guess that's the other issue with the offense, because we went to, we tried to make, I think Robson started out as the feature back, and he wasn't a 20. He wasn't a back that you're going to give the ball, 30, 25 times a game or whatever. And then you had who's the fullback?
Ed Robinson.
The guy from security. Yeah. So, but anyway, I don't know. He didn't last the whole year. And then,
that dude had the biggest calves, probably bigger than Bill Bailey's.
Oh man, he was big.
Man.
Fun fact, in high school, we went against each other in indoor track. And when I saw this dude, I'm like, man, his legs and his calves, like you say, man. I'm like, dude, look like thought I was taking something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Not to say, but that I thought that kind of put us. I do get it. You're definitely not, an option quarterback. Obviously, you're not an option quarterback. But
what are you saying, George? You think I run funny?
You want the runner, man.
I know I do.
Runner. So I get that the change, but I think having multiple backs and stuff like that, we would have stayed. I was getting the ball like 10 times a game, but Gossett maybe 12, and then Robson got his off the bench. So I think it was enough to eat all the way around. I didn't like the offense either, to tell you the truth. When I first came in and I saw that offense, I'm like, wow, this is what we're running. I'm like, I know what you know what's coming every time you see I'm going in motion, and you knew what was going on. But when Pete and those brutes up front, when they blocked it, man, it was nothing you can do. It was nothing you could do on that, man. But like you said, but we should definitely be proud. Like, we were the guys, we came in and we actually paved the way, not taking anything away from, Widener's history or anything, but we kind of transitioned us over to that new stadium, and with all the talent, like you said, we had, like the backs and the guys on defense. I mean, it was really unbelievable, man.
We just brought it back, but you got to think, what's the commonality in all that? It's Cuban and that staff that he brought in. They got us to buy in. They got us to trust the process. Not a lot of dudes stayed. I don't know. You probably know, Pete, you do all these numbers and stuff. How many of that starting class actually graduated?
15.
15? You could probably name them too.
15. Well, let me rephrase that. 15 guys stayed on the team. There were guys that graduated but didn't play. But 15 out of 120 guys that showed up in 92, 15 of them ended up at 96 at graduation. Well, 95 season, and then some of the guys stayed around for another year. But 15 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm thinking of some of those 15 guys. They were studs.
Yeah. I mean, the three of us. Hamill, House, Bunta, Anthony, Ademski, Blaze.
Trying to think who else was a senior.
Snock, Dougie McLaughlin, Weisinger.
Weiss.
Who else are we missing?
Bunta.
I got Bunta already.
Oh, you said him.
Trying to think if there's anybody else. There's got to be somebody on defense somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, at least that's 12, right? So I'm sure there's somebody else, but there's at least that core 12 group. I mean, think about that. Every one of those guys was named all something somewhere across the board, right? At some point, they were all conference, all this, whatever. So, and then if a couple of those guys were multiple time all conference, some of them even more, and then some of them were multiple time all American on top of it. So it's just. And how many guys are, Hall of Fame caliber guys from that?
But who puts that together at a school in Chester, charging $26,000 a year? Because I mean, there's no scholars, right? Like people got financial aid, need based. We didn't get a dime of financial aid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
So
recruiting job, like you said, the recruiting job
Oh yeah.
was
I mean, he's a
phenomenal.
salesman. He is a salesman. Salesman. I mean, he is absolutely. He sold that whole place on everybody. And you talk. Remember, when we all walked on campus, we played in that shitty stadium, a shitty locker room, and a shitty weight room, and
The Armory.
You guys. Oh, you
the
guys. So yeah,
armory,
the
right?
armory, right?
This
And
is
then you
where
guys.
we either
You
have
know.
intramural basketball here, or
Right.
this is your locker room for home
But then
games.
think of it. Then he puts you in Thayer or in the shitty ass dorms. Like I mean, it was like there. Where was the like high end stuff? You go to campus now, it's like everything's gorgeous, and like I say it all the time. Like okay, our locker when we were there, the locker room had a dirt floor, and we lifted boulders in the gym, and like there was nothing posh about anything, nothing.
No.
So and but he pulled in, like when we talked to him last week, he in that time frame he pulled in 6 All-Americans and 25 something or other first team all conference players in those 4 years. Selling it on that shithole.
Exactly.
Right? Right? So what does that
And
tell
we
you?
all got suckered into it.
Yeah,
So he did a
exactly.
good job. That's what I'm saying. And
Well,
I'm glad it turned out that way, dude. I
yeah.
would not rewrite that story. Like you could, you go to D1 and blah blah blah. I got a buddy who his kid's the ODU quarterback this year, and I see what they go through. And this kid's like excelling like quickly. He was always a good athlete. You could see that he was going to beat, but the stuff they go through, and it's nowadays. I get it. It's a different game, but I wouldn't change my story at all, dude. I love meeting everybody, getting an opportunity to play, competing for 4 years, as opposed to being like, yeah, I'm on the team. I fill the water up before the game, and make sure the guys are hydrated. Like I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to compete for time on the field, and we were all able to get that, and we were lucky. I mean, we got to be on a really good team and play. So that's all I'm happy about. And I still got friends till this day. The fact that we're talking here, George Vanguard, I got Hamill at Vanguard. I see those guys once or twice a year. We're texting each other constantly. Um, we meet up at Gal's place. It's a good time. You know what I mean? And none of that would be possible. Now, granted, you'd have whatever you had at some other place, but to me, it's perfect the way it went.
It's special.
Yeah.
That's the only way to put it. I mean, it's real. I mean, you guys, everyone has their thing, their group, whatever. I mean, we do the same thing. I still talk to Quinny and all those guys all the time, constantly. So it's just, even though I'm here in Florida, we talk all the time. And Rack.
Yeah, I heard Quinny's a narc.
Yeah, he might be. He might be.
It's a joke we got.
But like Brack came down to visit me a couple times down here and stuff. So it's real, man. It's that brotherhood thing is legit.
Dude, speaking of not recognizing somebody, Brack.
Yeah. Oh,
holy
man.
crap.
Yeah.
Dude, he was always like a strong, big dude. And then I saw him the one year at a homecoming or something. He came up. He's like, I like introduced myself to him. And he's like, Vic, it's me. It's Brack. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. Where's the other half of you?
Not the Brack I remember, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
He looked great, man.
He looked like back in the day, he looked like a 55-gallon drum with feet. You know what I mean?
He did.
Like,
He had that block head. But dude, smart dude. Very smart dude.
Super smart dude, man. I always got along with him, man. He was always super dry, real dry humor, and he was always a trip, man. But I love the guy. I love him. He taught me a lot. I'll tell you that. But I enjoyed the way he approached the game. He was just quiet and just went to work and just hammered people.
Our whole line was like that. We didn't have loudmouths on our line.
Yeah.
Like you guys were all kind of just like House is the same way. House was just a worker bee. He didn't say shit. He just pounded you into the ground.
He said something one time to a guy. It's when we played in '93, we played at Kings, first time we ever played them. And this was right around the time that the program came out. Remember, we all went to see the program in the
the night
theaters and
before.
stuff. And we got the ball. I was early in the game, maybe the first drive or second drive. And the guy on top of him had his whole face painted, like
Oh
big,
God.
like, and he knew everything about Jeff. He knew, he was teasing him about his stance. He was saying all kind of shit to him the whole time. And we're just boom, boom, boom going down the field. And we were probably inside the 5. And we're in the huddle. And I said, "Are you going to say anything to this fucking guy?" And you could see it. Like, he was red as shit. He was so mad because the guy just, I mean, the guy wasn't doing anything. He didn't make a tackle the whole game. I mean, we absolutely obliterated this guy. And we line up for the play, and the guy's still jawing. Well, I mean, we're going to score. And he goes like this with his left hand. He sticks his left hand. He goes, "Motherfucker, I'm driving you through the goalposts on this fucking play." Right? And I'm like, "Do you want to call a double team? You want to double him, Jeff?" "No." Fucking. And that's the only time he ever heard him talk. One time. And then there was one other time he said, I don't remember, this was maybe later on, and he's like, "Hey, I can't get my guy." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll help you out. Just call a double team." But that was it. He never said a fucking word the whole time, all those games. He was quiet and just went to work, like you said, man. I'll never forget when he came into the game the first time. We were playing home, 93. I can't remember who we were playing, Juniata or something like that. And, we had like Paul Dixon and Steve Bloom, all these huge dudes that were out there, and they were all not very good. They were all heavy and they couldn't move very well, whatever. And they were just getting beat constantly. And he comes running in, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Because he hadn't made a dent at practice at that point. Like he was solid, but he wasn't shining at that point. And
he was like 230.
Yeah, he was, but he had great technique, right? That's why he was as good as he was, right? And he comes running in, big shoulder pads and all, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Coach told me to come in," and that was it. He started the rest of his career, like
never
and that was
left.
Huh? That was it. That was it. He needed the chance to show it on the field, not at practice, and that was it. And it was like, I'll never forget to see him just running in.
Dude, he was a wrestler too. Wrestlers make good football players. I mean, just like he knew how to move people.
Yeah. Do you remember him and Bobby McCabe going at it?
Oh yeah.
One night.
I know why. I was front stage to that. Like I was literally watching it.
Yeah.
And
I was in the room too.
Kept talking to him, and the house was like, "Dude, I'm gonna kick your ass." Like, I mean, like I don't want to, but I will if I have to. Next thing you know, it's like a suplex. I was like, "Holy shit, house!" Oh God, the stories I got. Oh man,
yeah, I didn't see that.
I gotta watch myself here. I got stories because now you're getting into Alpha Sig territory. That gets a little.
Yeah, there, it's a little hazy. Those two guys were standing in the room, George, 5 inches from each other, and they're both going, "Yes, come on," like, and you, "No, you come on, no, come on," and it was just they just came at each other, and it was like what a bunch of. I don't even know what to say anymore. It was just it was such a that place was dangerous.
Yeah,
got in a lot of trouble.
I gotta stay away from all that. I gotta stick to football here because if I get into the side stories, I'm in trouble. Because these fucking guys are gonna watch this, and I want to make sure I'm not getting anyone in trouble. Pete, I got a story for you. We were playing Albright at Albright. I don't know if it was freshman year or sophomore year, but I got wrecked on one play. I mean, concussed is not a strong enough word. When I came back in the huddle, I couldn't breathe. I had the wind knocked out of me, and I could not. I was seeing stars. I remember calling a play that wasn't a play. Do you remember this? I don't know. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know.
I don't know. It might have been. So I know freshman year was a freshman year up there. You're talking about, was it up there? And that was a tough game. We ended up pulling that one out. And I know we played pretty not great in the first half. And I can remember because there was a play right before the end of the half, and it was 4th down. and I was playing tackle. I was playing right tackle in '92, and it was we called it on 2, and I jumped off sides, but I wasn't off sides like I went on 1. I just was so like when we were about to say go the second time I took off, and it was right. I mean, we were on the hash in front of the bench, in front of the ref. I mean, it was obvious. I went just a touch early, try to get a jump on the guy. The guy that they had on me was a 4-year all-conference defensive end. And I'm like, fuck, I got to get this guy at 4th down. And Cubit destroyed me at halftime. Like he in front of everybody. He said, if I didn't think you were going to play today, I wouldn't have brought you in front of everybody. I'm like, fuck. So it ended up.
Dude.
I think I know. I think I remember what you're talking about because we took a couple of big hits that game.
I got crushed on one play. I came back to the huddle and I called a play that sounded like I was like right 21 counter reverse left or something. Like I mixed up like all these plays in the same call. I remember getting the ball, turning around, and like everyone's looking at me, and I'm looking at them like, why isn't anyone going? And I'm holding the ball out like, someone take this shit. I wish I had the video. So Cubit goes nuts on the sidelines. Somebody comes running over. I could have swore it was you. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah.
They're like, what did he call in the huddle? And they said like this, and they repeated something. They're like, that's not even a play. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, I'm Batman right now, dude. I have no idea what's going on. But I remember.
Go ahead.
No, finish.
No, but that's a sign of the times. That's I mean, I never had a concussion, but I'm sure I had a concussion. Okay. So, I can only imagine what is going on with you. So, but that, if that happened today, you'd have been out for 3 games. I mean, you would have,
right. Protocol and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. So like
someone touched the quarterback, get him out of the game.
Yeah. It's a sign of the times, man. I mean, whenever we get a chance to talk to AJ, he'll be able to like show that pass because it was not. He was like,
well, dude,
I
can appreciate
yeah, go ahead,
that,
get back
though.
on there. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I mean, some of the shit, and I didn't get too many concussions. I probably had more in high school than I did in college because I didn't really get hit all that much. I mean, you guys did your job, right? Like when I did, if I was running the ball, maybe I took a couple shots, but nothing like what the running backs.
No, there was no like free run, crushing, whatever. No, that didn't happen.
I mean, junior, senior years.
Yeah, I do remember. That's I remember that happened in one. We were at practice and Cuban was yelling at you, of course, whatever, and he said to you, "Do you remember the last time you were sacked?" And you went, "No." And he goes, "Exactly. Get your fucking ass out there and throw the ball." Like it's like that kind of made me feel good. It's like I don't remember. Yeah, it's like, oh, we must be doing something right, like.
No, you guys were dogs, I don't remember. Man. Yeah. Like all those records, I remember they all came in like the same game too. It was kind of like the middle of senior year, and that's like you could see it was like, oh, I needed like 4 completions and this many attempts and whatever. And some of those records are stupid. Like they're stupid. Like who cares how many attempts you have? Like this guy threw the ball 7,000 times. It's like, yeah, well, what's his completion percent? But those were as much your guys as mine. I mean, I literally would just because junior and senior year, I don't remember like running for my life. Like it was the ability to look downfield and stuff like that. And then you have guys like you got Mahalan, ran great routes, wasn't the fastest receiver. He knew that, but he made his routes perfect. He was always where he was supposed to be. Bunta was a speed guy. And me and Bunta had played together at that point, 3 and then 4 years. I knew exactly where he would be. And we were looking at the same keys in the D-backs together. Like when he ran that curl, he's looking in at the linebacker to see what's going on. If the linebacker does what he wants, then he goes to the safety. If throws his outside arm up, I'm going over the top. Like little shit like that you just develop over the years. It's amazing how good you can get when you get that chemistry.
Yeah. Nah, no doubt. Yeah, we just like with the running backs, I mean, by the time our junior year, we had that offense down pack, all the, how we used to cut folks. We used to cut
Oh, remember that drill?
to
I
cut
felt
the
bad
hell
for
out
you
of
guys.
people.
I felt
Yeah.
for the 8th, 9th, and 10th string dudes that had to stand out there, and we ran option drill, and I took it off of that stupid machine and pitched the ball to the guy coming in little half motion or quarter motion, and
Mhm.
then the dude would belly out like this, and then come down and just cut people. And I mean, you guys are flipping these kids. I'm like, oh man, that kid's night training. He ain't coming back. It's like the 3rd day of camp, and these guys are getting cut by like fucking George and Gossett.
Coming 100-mile-an-hour at your ankle. You know what I
And
mean?
George, I got a funny one for you. You remember, because you're going to say the line, because you say it the best. Remember Jan?
Jan, the
What's
kicker.
Jan's favorite line? Go ahead. Do it. Do it.
What they got to do? What they got to do? Run
What
a
I got to do,
4-4
bro? 4-4?
like George Jones? What I got to do? That was the funniest thing. I mean,
Because, dude, our
Some
freshman year,
praying time. Some praying time. I mean, get
our
some praying
freshman
time.
year, it was
what I got
George.
to do for playing time? Yeah.
I got to run a 4-4.
We got a 440. Get some praying time.
Now, I wasn't fast. Like, I wasn't they're fast. But we had Bill Bailey, who was like an upperclassman, but was on like the track team and shit. So he
Yeah.
was fast. Greg Crane from Florida,
Yeah.
who was probably the most intimidating looking dude in a
He
football
looked
outfit,
great
but
in his
couldn't.
uniform.
Yeah,
He looked good, man. He did look good.
he looked
Yeah.
real good. I
Yeah.
was like, that dude should be starting from Miami.
Yeah.
But then, like, people would just run by him, a little ball fake, and he's diving all over the place. But Boonta, we had that whole, like, remember they did the 40s, and then they got like, oh, if you're in the fastest group, you go,
Yeah,
and they got it down, and they kept just dwindling it down. The last race was like, it was like the Olympics.
yeah.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me? It was like Greg Crane ran a 4:19 in Florida. And like he didn't even win the race, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Bailey won, I think. Yeah, it was. And I was coming off. I wasn't even 100%, but I was in there. I was coming off surgery. I had ACL the year before. So
Yeah.
yeah, Bunta I think was in it too, and the other kid from Delaware, that you guys mentioned earlier.
Chuck.
Chuck?
Chuck, he was in it. Yeah.
Chuck was thick too. Chuck was a thick boy. He wasn't like a skinny guy.
Yeah. I tell you, he had the prettiest spin move I ever seen.
Oh,
pretty spin move.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know what happened to him.
I
He
don't
just
know. In the game,
he didn't
he
even
kind of
finish the year.
mentally, he wasn't strong mentally either.
Yeah.
One time, I think I
he was from
intimidated
Delaware.
him. I think I kind of intimidated him a little bit. I mean, he was, not a guy that to be honest, I didn't hang out with him or nothing like that. But I think he went to sit next to me at the calf one time, and I don't know if I told him, nah, you ain't sitting there or something. And he just,
You're from Delaware, right? Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
he was a little intimidated, but he was definitely he looked pretty. But I don't know what happened in the games. He just didn't really. In practice, it would look great, and then in the games, it was just like, nothing ever happened. I don't know. But we had some guys though. I remember our freshman year. I don't know if you remember. Everybody shaved all the running backs shaved their heads. I don't know if you guys remember. But I had a lot of hair at the time. I had one of those like kid and play type, I had the box.
Yeah, the box top.
Yeah. And I was the last one, man. I didn't want to do it at all. I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I lived close, had a girlfriend to come see me. Like, I don't want her to come see me up here. I'm bald headed, man. I finally gave in, man. Finally gave in. But yeah, Dwight Massey. One good story about Dwight Massey. It's funny, like you say, these connections. I don't know, maybe 20 years later, we both had sons, right? My son's playing we go to this facility. We were playing travel ball. I walk in there and I look like, damn, I had seen this guy since college. He didn't even finish, but I'd seen him since we were freshmen, whatever. The white Massey is in there with his son. His son was a straight stud. I'm like, yo, what the heck? But this was in Jersey, man, at the facility. I'm like, wow. And then him and my son end up playing on the same team, which was crazy. His son was a monster back then. They were like 12 years old back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how you just run into the folks like, man, what happened? So I got to learn how he just, dropped out to start working. Now he was a mechanic. So he wanted to just start working. So.
Man, I love that dude. He literally stayed right next to me and Larry. And he'd come in, he would put on some Jodeci, and he'd come in singing, like walking down the hall. Like, he introduced me to Jodeci.
The 90s, that was the good time.
Man.
Oh man,
dude, he was funny, man. I remember him, Chuck. We had a good first floor there.
Yeah, I think him and Chuck were good. We're close.
Yeah. Well, we both stayed on that floor, so they were always together. But Chuck was.
I was in Howell, man.
Himself.
I was in Howell Hall.
Yeah,
I think Hamill was over there.
Yeah.
With the Caruso
floor,
and
where were you on the second or third floor, George?
I was on the first.
Were you on the first floor?
Yeah.
You must have been on the other side. I was on the first floor on the same side as George. George Wills.
You must have knew people.
Yeah. I was over people. Yeah, my roommate was one of those the hockey guy, the field hockey, whatever. What's it? He was a crazy dude. Not field hockey. That's for the girls, right?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Yeah, he was crazy, man. that did that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Roommate.
Was it
Mike?
Mike.
It was Michael is his name. I can't think of his last name, but he was kind of crazy. But we had one dude that's take it away from football, but we had one Asian dude on that floor, man. His peeps must have been full of money, man. Just crazy. His car broke down. It was a new car. Just the battery went out. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a new one. We're gonna go buy a new car." I'm like, "What? Are you serious?" Here I'm just struggling. Got a little, little car. He gonna go buy a new car because his battery went down, and it was crazy. That was a crazy floor. But the projects.
Yeah.
The project. Shit, that was a step up from there.
Yeah, Hal was pretty nice actually.
Yeah, that's
Hal,
true.
It was a Can and Hal, and what was the other one? I don't remember. The one closest to McMorland. I don't remember the name of that one, but there's that quad. But
that was Hal, wasn't it?
Hal was the back end.
Yeah.
And Can was on one side, and then the other side. I don't remember the other side.
Yeah,
I can't remember that one. But I hung out in Can. That's where I was all the time with Quinny and those guys there.
Best part about that, they had the bar on the basement. Remember the bar in the basement?
The Metro. Metro. Yeah.
Metro.
It was hard to get a night's sleep, man. It was hard to get a night's sleep on a Friday night there, bro. That place was jumping.
Jumping. Did you just say jumping?
Dude, about the Metro? Dude, the music was so fucking loud. I mean, you could hear it all the way. That's what I mean. It might not have been a great party, but they were blasting music, man. Like, just, it was like I'd be laying in bed, like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is not happening tonight. So.
You could get a beer, do your laundry.
Yeah. You remember that place? They had.
Remember the laundromat was down.
The laundry was down there. Yeah.
The Metro had a man and woman's bathroom in there. It didn't have a door. It was a shower curtain. Shower curtain. Go into the bathroom. Unbelievable, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we used to beat the laundry room. I never paid for that laundry ever.
Oh yeah. Did you get slugs? My dad was a vending manager. I had all the slugs. Put them in. Or would you use the fishing line?
No, we would just put the just have your quarters in there, put it
halfway,
in there, pull it out.
That's it.
Take it out.
Cheap motherfucker. Shit. I didn't know how to do
college students, man. We got to make it work.
Shit. I was happy when it was football season. My parents would come up. I'd go home on Friday night, drop all my laundry off. Then when my parents came up, my mom would have it all washed, dried, folded in the
Wow.
laundry tub
Yeah.
thing. I was like, "Oh, you're all right." And then she would like,
You was spoiled, man. You was spoiled.
I'd pick up my like shirt and there'd be like a $5 bill. I'd be like, "Mom, there you go. There's a 20." You know, I'm like, "Oh, I can go out tonight." Yeah, we had some good times, man. Like, and that was the other thing. Like, you go to Widener and you're like, we had Walios and Waves
Leos.
and
Yeah.
the R&S Club, like for the after hours shit. Like, seriously, there was not. How did they get us to go there?
I don't know, man. I think it's an interesting question. I always, growing up in that area and hearing about it and white shoes, hearing about white shoes, my dad always talked about that because they were friendly from back in the day. So he always used to say, if you didn't go big time to Penn State or Maryland or something like that, you went to Widener. That's where you end up going, and that's why they were so good for so long. But um, you know, I don't know. I guess it kind of obviously fell off until we all started showing up there. But I didn't know a shit about academics or I just like, oh, they want to play. I want to play football. Widener, oh, great. It's different now, right? Everyone's really looking at things and being able to evaluate. We didn't go to. I didn't go to visit campus to evaluate the academics. And, right?
Dude, I was a business guy. I'm like, yeah, you get a business degree. That's everywhere. You can go anywhere.
Yeah. So, it's
Yeah, but it's different today, though. Kids are. I mean, I got 3 kids. One went to Pitt, one went to Penn State, and one's at the Air Force Academy. So it's like just random shit. Like one's in Colorado, one's in State College, the other one's in Pittsburgh. But I look at the list of people that graduate from their high school and stuff. And it's like LSU, UCLA. I'm like, I don't know anyone that went to UCLA.
Yeah.
Like now, like 3 kids from their high school went there. I'm like, across the country, UCLA. Like, what are you kidding me? Like people like the distances have all been like minimized to a point where it's like, oh, it's just a quick flight.
It's a
I'm like,
small
I went
world.
to Widener.
It's a small world. Yeah. It's still hard. I mean, travel, you guys all travel enough. It's not easy, but it's got to be hard to be a couple thousand miles away.
Yeah.
When you're not getting your laundry done and getting a 20 underneath your shirt, right?
That's
When
right.
that shit happens, right? So, it's different. But I mean, I see
When
it a
you
lot
want a
with,
little mom's home cooking, that's another
it's-
reason why
yeah.
I liked Widener, because my parents were able to, and they probably would have did it if I went to, a bigger school. They would have made concessions to get to the games and stuff, but like they were part of my whole college career. Like I said, my mom sat under the I in university, up where it says Widener University across at Quick. I knew she was under that eye. So if I wanted to look up and see her, I could. Before the game, she would say, I think she said something to Blaze, go get him, Blaze, like whatever, when he came out of the tunnel. And then when I came out, she was right there. Like I just turned around. She was standing at the edge of the thing just to give me a little like fist up. Big Jim's mom with the cowbell. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
these memories are like they're all good. And then after the games, like Hamill's parents, uh, when we were in Andorn, they would come back. They'd hang out with us for a little bit, and then once the kids started showing up, they would all kind of skedaddle.
Yeah.
And then I had to throw my dad out. Be like, Mom, you got to take him home. He wants to go to a fucking frat house. I'm like, he can't have. We can't bring him.
Yeah.
But just like having that like tight knit family, like that was part of our career because we were there for 4. You're not going to get that if you're jumping around schools. You're not going to build those relationships and know people's family. You know what I mean? Like that was always a cool thing too. Like I knew Hamill's brother, and I knew like his friends from home and stuff like that. Like you got to be able to take part in a lot of that because it was all local. So that was the one selling point that I'm like happy went our way, and say we could just as easy be a D1 bust. Oh yeah, Atlanta tried. Now it's junior year. You're fighting for, to be the second team guy. You see it in a lot of kids today. we got a couple kids. Our high school's pretty good. They're in the Chestmont 6A school. So there's a ton of kids to choose from. But I mean, Will Howard was our quarterback. My son was his backup in high school. And now he's with the Steelers, fighting to get on the field, after Rodgers leaves. And then this year we had this kid, Drew Shelton, who went to Penn State. He was playing left tackle for Penn State. He just got drafted by the Cowboys. So it's like these guys are like, I coach these kids playing flag football. You know what I mean? And then to be like at these schools and, going big time, like it's such a cool thing to watch their story. But it's like, it wasn't in my cards. I don't know. I don't think it would have worked out that way for me. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that I chose Widener and met the people that I met, throughout the years. We had the success we had, and we still get to talk. You know what I mean? I work in the same place as my running back and my kicker. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. We're still local in the area. I don't know if there's a lot of that going on as much anymore because the world it got so big, since we played.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely special, man, to be able to share it with, you're familiar with the area, share it with your family. Just even like you said, we saw how it grew and got to where we got to, what we accomplished. Just be able to see your mom in the stands, I could hear her, my mom.
Yeah.
Crazy she was too. So it was awesome, man.
We packed that place too, you know what I mean? Like it was a good time, like Saturday morning vibes. Like we were going through, the walkthroughs and the team breakfast and all that stuff, but like just the vibe around campus. And then afterwards, the parties. Alpha Sig was the place on Saturday night just because it was like that was half the football team was an Alpha Sig brother. And George, I made it to a BSU party. I don't know if you were at this one, but it was when we were in Andorn.
Was it?
And me and Mahalan were the only two non-black dudes in this whole party. And it was probably one of the best parties I was at in 4 years.
Was it the small house? Because we had a small house at one point. And then
all I know is I don't know whose place it was. I think it was on the end of Andorn. It was like Andorn 1 or something like that.
Okay, I think that was a small house. Yeah, it was right across. Or maybe not.
I walked in there. There was no furniture.
Oh, really?
They moved all the furniture out. There was a DJ.
Nice.
I walk into this place, and it was like 9,000 degrees because you couldn't fit another person in the room.
That must have been it. Because when the floor would shake. That place didn't feel stable where we were. Like, you didn't even have to dance. It looked like you're dancing. You're just standing there and just like...
Exactly. Dude, it was fun as hell. Me and Mahalan, like, just walked in and started, like, dancing. I'm looking around like, oh, and then I started seeing the football guys. I was like, yo, and it turned into, like, such a fun night. But it was crazy hot. I got stalked by like some 6'3", like 300-pound girl that was like, "Come here, I'll dance with you." I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Please, I can't take it." I had to get the hell
Don't
out.
Hurt me.
Yeah, please. I don't know. I'm out of my element here. So yeah, that was a scary night. What, dude? There was another story I had that I wanted to bring up. It was on top of my mind a couple minutes ago, and now I can't remember. Because it was like approved.
Maybe you did take that hit at Albright. Yeah,
right. Oh, dude, my memory's gone. Like
man, yeah.
There's many
smelling
reasons
sauce.
for that.
They used to give us the smelling sauce, right?
Oh yeah. Take this, you'll feel better. Remember Dr. Zerbach, all the surgeries. Oh man. I remember that Susquehanna game. When that knee went out, I was like, oh man, because we were killing it 94. That was our year, I think.
Yeah. What actually did you hurt? What part of your knee?
In 94?
Yeah.
That was my first ever injury. I tore my ACL. I tore all 3 ligaments in my knee.
Did you really? Oh,
wow.
Man. Yeah.
I was trying to get away from a dude and I went to jump and my foot was on the ground. My left leg was on the ground and I got my right leg up. And before I got my left leg off the ground, the guy like came in to try to take my legs out and just hit the interior of my knee. And
Mm.
that thing just buckled like a lawn chair. It was everything was like pop, pop, pop. And I was like, I was on their sidelines. And AJ, comes over and I'm like, AJ, just get me up. Just get me out of here. Like they're kicking me in the head and shit. And I'm like, just get me out of here. I was like, it's broke, dude. I heard all kinds of shit. You know how when you tear your ACL, like you hear that pop in your
Yeah.
you can't hear it outside, but you can hear it in your brain. Yeah, it was bad. And then, they're like, Cubic tells me, he's like, afterwards, they're going to ask you how your knee feels. Just say, a little sore, but I think I'll be around next week. You don't want to give the next team you're playing any like heads up. But I'm like, dude, my shit is broke. Like, I can't. I came out on crutches, and that was one of the worst nights. Like, pain like swelled up like a balloon.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I ended up tearing that one again. I had 3 surgeries on the left one, 2 on the right. So I was kind of happy when my boys decided not to
You got me
continue their
beat.
football career.
Now I got 3 on the left. You got me beat.
ACLs, 3 ACLs.
Yeah, I had one one they got me at Widener, and then one our senior year, and then actually at Widener I think I was playing a pickup game at Widener, and nobody touched me. I think I went to do a layup and just like somebody shot me. Dude, take me to my car. That was the worst one, and nobody didn't even touch me. That was the worst one. I felt like, yo, take me to my car. Like I literally, because I tore some meniscus then. I think that's what made the pain worse. But yeah, man, it's crazy. 3 ACLs, man. But
That's rough.
it's all good, man.
Yeah,
It's all good.
We've said it before. I'm sure you've heard of it. We feel, you're in that. You finish out in '94. We win it all. I think we win it all. I at least make the Stag Bowl. But
yeah, I heard that
yeah.
conversation as well. I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know, man. I feel like
I think Brian Green was a very good quarterback. His son, it's funny. I just Instagram, he popped up or something, and I shot a note, or he shot a note to me. He's like, "Hey, how's your kid doing? Whatever, or what's going on?" Said something, and I saw his kid was like a little gunslinger. So I was like, "Oh, I hope he's doing well, whatever." And yeah, I thought he was good, man. Tell me what, didn't he look like Jeff Hostetler? With that little gay mustache he had. That wasn't cool then, right? But he rocked it. He didn't care.
I just feel
he was young
about
man.
it.
He
was young. I think you had the intangibles that he grew into having eventually, and for that particular 4 or 5 weeks, I think it would have been all the difference that we needed. I think that it just, he performed great. I mean, he did a great job. I will never take that away from him. But, sometimes somebody just, this in other sports, someone's got your number. You just can't. And I think you had that in '94. And, the team was so special. And we needed one more little inch, and we didn't have it, and I think he played awesome. I can't say, that we lost because of Brian, but I think we didn't win. I think we didn't win because we didn't have you. And I think that's
thanks. I don't feel like shit now, but no, I appreciate that. But I think he was great. And all the guys that came after him, it's like they just kept upgrading. It was like, because the Granado kid, like I'm looking at some of these stats and I'm like, holy shit, dude.
They're crazy.
For me to throw 200 yards, 300 yards in a game, these guys are throwing for 400. I'm like, I did that once. Now, granted, George, you brought this up on one of the episodes. We would come out at halftime.
Yeah.
So if I threw 200 yards, I'm like, damn, I would have been on for a 400-yard day. But we're winning 42-6. Like you got to back off a little bit. Which was good because I like to see all those other guys. Like we got a lot of other guys a college career that they might not have had at all. You know, like the second, third, fourth team. Like we got down some in it, like Calvin Toll when he was on. Man, I love that dude. He would literally take plays to Cubit. Like you want to talk about a football mind. That kid was football smart. We'd be on break, we get like 1 to 3 where it's like your own time. Mm-hmm. Well, for you guys, I had to fucking babysit Ryan Cubit and Swan's kid. Like I was the babysitter during that. I had to watch them while they probably racked up for a while. But it was always like I forget where I was going with this.
Calvin's plays.
Oh, Calvin. Calvin would, from 1 to 3, he would go in his room and instead of catching a nap or something, like you were dog tired, right? In August, 2-a-days, he would draw up plays and then bring them in and show Cubit like plays. Just mind constantly going. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to study the plays we got in the book. And him with that draw he had, he'd be like, well, Vic, shit, if you just come over here and, I'm like, Calvin, teach me these plays. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he knew he wasn't gonna, start or anything like that. But that kid gave everything he could to the program and showed up. You know what I mean? So that is impressive in itself. And you can say that about a lot of dudes. We had a lot of people on that team. When you put 198 people on a football team, I thought it was 148. When I heard you guys say 198, I was like, holy shit. That's 200 people. Only 22 can play.
95, there was 200. We started out 202, I think it was, in 95.
That's absurd.
I mean, whittled the way down, but it was absurd. Yeah.
Oh, to 180. Yeah. Okay. I mean, 180. Like, how many number 12s can you have? How many number 3s can you have?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted 64. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Even Cube said, if I'm that 12th guy, 12th lineman, like, why would I? Like, I was hanging around. I think it was a mind game, right? How long can you last?
But you know what? For some people, it is like a part of a team and stuff like that. And we, dressing for Saturdays, that was their thing. They wanted to just be on a team, so that was good. But you weren't playing
when you had guys like Joey Weissinger, right? Who never lifted weights, never came in shape, never, like he just was,
But that's Weiss. That's him.
But no, but the guy could fucking play.
Exactly.
And you had to go, and if you guys had guys coming in shape, whatever, and they were getting beat by that just shows the level that everybody, the talent level that was there, and they didn't even try. You know what I mean? Like it's when you put that all together, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, what do I got to do to play? I got to run a 4.40. Like, right? And there were guys that were doing it, and they still didn't play.
Right.
So it's hard to you start talking more and more. You're like, that guy started. I don't know how many games Joey started. 10 or 15. I don't know, whatever. Right. But he didn't do anything. Right? And he'll openly admit it. He'll tell you that. No, I didn't lift all summer. Oh, okay. So it's just, you start to put the puzzle pieces together and start, the talent bucket was so fucking full. It was, there were plenty of guys that worked pretty hard and came in shape and did all that and needed to. But, when, you had a guy like that didn't have to, it's kind of funny. When you put it all together. But
dude, it was awesome. Yeah. Like and think of, we had musical chairs a little bit on the line. It felt like for a while there, because I know Ryan, Mike Carroll, Big Tone was on playing tight end for a little.
Yeah,
like tight end in our offense. I don't know why you would want to be that.
When Jeff came in, and they had him and Brack and me. That was the core was set, right? And then the other roles were filled. Mike played for about a year and a half at tackle. Then we had 4 guys really. So you could get by with that, with whoever else kind of rotated in at the guard spot or whatever. But Yeah, it was a still, the guys that were the core guys were all three were all conference, all this, all that, whatever. So it was kind of tough to beat, right? So
Yeah.
it's just as much, there's no stats, other than the stats you guys collected, and there's two reasons for that. You're talented, and then, you're welcome. Right. So,
Hey, I'll take it. You guys didn't get enough credit, like, as we were going through it, but that was, and it's literally like down to you think about it. I mean, punters, kickers, like those guys, they don't get credit much. But that Lycoming game that we lost 16-15, it ain't 15 unless Hamill's hitting. I mean, we had a kicker that he would kick 50 yarders before practice.
Yeah.
For fun.
No, for sure.
Yo, watch me do this and run out on the field like a duck and kick a 50-yarder. This fucking guy. I love him to death. And he loved being that dude. Remember for a while there, he was going down and making plays on special teams too. He would kick off and then go try to make the tackle. But it looked like he was like roping cattle or something. Like he would grab the dude and pick his feet up in the air. But I'm like, why is our kicker making plays? Oh, the stories with did I forget? Did Cubes go into the story about at the Susquehanna when he caught Hamill on the hopper?
No.
Okay. We're at Susquehanna, which is, remember their locker room was in it was like the school, like a school or something. But there was a hallway of classrooms where we had to walk to the bathroom outside of the locker room. Well, it's a Saturday morning. We used to bet all the D1 games and stuff like that. So we're trying to get lines. So me and Hamill go up to the bathroom. Now, granted, this is an hour before the game. We've already done our warm-up, came back in the locker room. So we're in there. Hamill goes into one of the stalls, and he's got the paper on his legs, and he's talking to the book. And he's like, all right, so what's Oklahoma? Yeah, okay. How many points? Oh, plus or minus. Going over all the numbers so we can get our bets in before our game starts. So I'm the lookout guy. He's like, yo, if one of the coaches comes in, whatever. So I'm over there. We got our pads. I'm trying to get my belt all undone because I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right. So I'm standing at the urinal peeing. The door opens up. Who walks in? Take one guess.
Cubes.
Fucking Cubit. I'm like trying to, and Hamill's intent on listening to the phone conversation. He looks at me and he's like, and he walks over, opens the door. Hamill's sitting on the toilet, full gear, with the Daily News and a paper, writing down all these numbers. And Cubes just looks at him. He's like, you two get out of here, or whatever. Get down to the locker room. Literally less than an hour before the game. And I'm like, oh, and then I was like, dude, you were supposed to tell me. I'm like, dude, what? I'm not standing outside. He walked in. What am I going to do? Oh, man.
See, this the inside stuff.
Yeah, man.
But that was a not so bad story. I can't go into I literally said to my wife before this thing started, I'm like, I got to make sure, and then I want to make sure they can edit this thing in case I say anything, that's a little too far. Because I was like, we were drinking beers at the pool. I might let some things fly. I don't want that to happen.
We'll have to have a bigger call private, not a podcast. We should do some kind of a reunion type call or something like that. Just let it go.
Dude,
I don't even know some of
we'll
this
get
stuff,
the
man.
guys.
Oh my God.
We got our little text group on there. They would all join because I tell you, we probably would need painkillers for our face. You're gonna laugh so hard. The one day we do get together, it's usually around Christmas, and we go down to South Philly at Gal's place, and it's just awesome times. And the thing is, we sit around, we tell the same stories. It's the same stories every year. You do your catch up, how your kids doing, blah, blah, blah. And then we just go into, remember when? And these stories just come out. And it's usually the same stuff. but it's so funny just to like get together and laugh about it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the kind of shit that I'm happy for. We get to celebrate that like once a year, and it's just a good time. So
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's
where
good to
did
catch
Mad
up with
Dog
it.
go?
He had something going on at home. He had to drop, but yeah, it's good, man. It's good to catch up like that and let it fly a little bit. You know what I mean? It's and that's again another reason why we're doing these. Just to capture this stuff, man. It's fun. It's it's fun to revisit, and then to get the point of view. We weren't in your shoes. You weren't in ours. It's all to kind of put those puzzle pieces together. And so it has been enlightening in a lot of ways, man. Just
yeah, dude,
like it's just we were the same thing happened, Vic, one time. I think it was 93. And we were playing a home game. We were on a little bit of a run in 93. And I can't remember who we were playing, but we had a radio timeout. And so we're in the huddle. And the announcer's saying the scores for, Notre Dame and Penn State and whatever else, and somebody goes, we're all like trying to talk or whatever. This guy goes, shut the fuck up, man. I want to know what the score is. I got money on that game. Like, you better worry about this game that we're in right now. Don't worry about this game. Like just worried about
if it was defense, I would guess Gal.
Yeah. No, it was off. We were on offense.
I know.
It was probably what was his name? What was the fullback? Tony, right? Wasn't it Tony something? Anthony.
Oh, Big Tony.
Not Big Tone, the lineman. Who was the running back?
Tony Singletary.
Tony Singletary. It was him.
He was a big dude.
Yeah. He was
old guy. Oh, how old was he? Like 25?
I don't know. He just did 25 years at Jessup.
No shit. Oh man.
It was good.
Shit. He was. I remember. You know how everybody, in camp, everybody's talking shit. How great they are. And I'm looking at this old guy. He's like, "Yeah, I was a tailback. I used to kill him." I'm like, "You're a tailback? How big this dude was?" Yeah, he was like 240. I mean, like, yo, you're not no tailback, dude. Maybe like 5 years ago you were, but not now.
Well, dude, remember that dude Freiberger?
Yeah,
Freiberger. Oh man.
He showed me his AARP card first day. I'm just kidding. He was
pretty old too, man.
He was like 29 or something.
Yeah.
Well, that dude they brought up from Florida, that other quarterback, AD.
Yeah, that quarterback. He was really old, right?
He was old.
Yeah. He played a little bit too, didn't he? I got a picture, and I think it was 93, and I'm snapping the ball to him in a game.
Yeah.
I don't. He must have.
He
must have threw him in. Yeah.
Gadget stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could run a little bit, but it was me and Scott were like the pocket pass guys.
Yeah.
Because Scott wasn't. We were both not runners, but we could throw a little bit better. But AD could run. I mean, he had that option game down. He processed things quicker than we could. When it came to the option game. And back then we were right 18, left 19 up and down the field. And we mixed a guard trap in there, but we just ran option. Like, we could tell you, hey, we're running option this side, stop us. You know what I mean? Because that's when it built.
What happened, Vic? So you started in 92, right? But not 93, right? So what?
I got hurt. Remember Seth Pruitt?
Yeah.
Seth Pruitt. I remember that name.
Yeah.
He was a D line or something, but we were doing drills up there on the practice field, and he like swung me. He got a hold of my jersey and like swung me around. And this is like during two-a-days, like trying to be like some all pro, and let go at the last second. And I went to put my hand down to catch my balance, and my thumb got stuck. And I just went boop, and my thumb was coming out of my palm. And Cubit's like, move it up 10 yards. We're losing.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. Move it up 10.
Now I'm sitting over at Crozier with AJ in the emergency room, scaring little kids. I'm in full pads. I couldn't get my pads off because my thumb's coming out of my palm.
AJ's was your helmet on? Nah, I'm just.
Yeah, well, It was bad.
Couldn't get it off.
And I dislocated my thumb or whatever. So I was out for 5 weeks.
Okay.
We were in the armory and we were playing Lycoming and we were getting our asses handed to us. Maybe not score wise, but like we were just getting beat up and down the field. They weren't scoring that much. And Cuban wasn't real happy with Scott. And he goes, Vic, warm up, you're going in. After I shit my pants, because I was like, dude, this is my first, like I'm excited, but I got this big thing on. I'm running triple option with this big tape thing on my left hand. I can't pitch. Don't run option left, coach, because I had to pitch with my right, do one of these like flicks. And I went in like the second play of the game. I knew one of the dudes on Lyco because he played at Carroll, but we're freshmen. This kid was a senior. When I was a freshman in high school, it was 88. Our team went to the Catholic League Championship. They brought me up to be like the scout team quarterback for the varsity defense. And I was getting crushed at practice, but I got to play with these guys. So I knew Andy Durkin was his name. And we're playing, I go out there, call the first play. We run 21. And when you're running that guard trap, you're supposed to fake the option. So I turn around and this kid levels me, like levels me. So I stand up. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I get all pissed off. I'm talking shit with him. And we run the play again. He comes at me, hits me again. Well, I like spit on the dude and he went furious, like nuts. So we're huddling up. The back judges behind the huddle. We break the play again. We call option or something. I'm like, ref, watch the right DN. I go pitch the ball, stand up like I don't know what's going on. This kid hits me so hard, my mom hurt. And I'm laying on the ground, 15-yard late hit, like whatever, like unnecessary roughness, whatever. I stand up, I start clapping in his face, and I was like, thank God that worked out. This kid wants to kill me now. I was like, holding that. Thank God he got a penalty because this kid's gonna literally hit me so hard. My family's gonna want to pull me out of the game. And that was like the first like series that I was in at Widener. That same game, I threw an interception. I was trying to throw the ball away near the sidelines, and I just kind of lollipopped one just to throw it into like the first row, like, just get it out of bounds. And a kid literally had like a 20-inch vertical, jumps up, catches it, taps his feet down. I throw an interception to a guy that's 5 yards away from me. Cubitt, there was reasons why Cubitt should have probably chewed my head off. I wasn't all, I had a lot of things I had to fix about my game. So it was funny to see Cubes like flipping out on me. But most of the time it was somewhat deserved. Most of the time.
It was rough those early years. I know, a story that I said before, but but in '92 especially, I remember Sam coming up to us, and I was playing and Brack, and I'm trying to remember who else. Bobby Cooper was a center still at that point. He before he unfortunately passed, and I remember Sam just looking at us and going, "You guys are all we have." Like, do you understand that? You're only playing because you're all we have. Don't walk around here like you're like. I'm like, shit, man. Like, damn. Like,
thank God I don't have a gun.
Humbled y'all.
Fucking like, damn. Like, fuck. Man, I felt like shit.
Sama really, really helped me out like freshman and sophomore year because like it gets you a little bit. Like I was like not used. I mean, I was used to being yelled at, but like my junior year of high school, Kevin Clancy was our coach, and he would get in your face like that. Senior year, we had a guy Jake. He wouldn't yell that way. You could tell when he was upset, but just wouldn't get in your face like that. So I wasn't used to it. Like, so Cubitt, like freshman year, I was like, holy, you were scared to mess up, which made you mess up, right? But Sama was the guy that like pulled me aside and like encouraged me through it. Like, hey, just Don't listen to it, blah, 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 whatever. So we had a lot of heart to heart. So me and Sam, like, I really appreciate what he did for me as the O-line coach, just to be like, he probably said to Cuban, hey, yo, you're rattling the shit out of Vic, like just lay off him or whatever. But I mean, it all worked out in the end. And Sam, I saw him, we went to a Westchester game. Westchester played Kutztown. It was me, Gal, and Snock. And afterwards, we went out on the field to see Big Jim. And Sam came over and we got a picture with him. He looks freaking great.
Yeah.
He's retired now. I think he stopped.
Did he stop coaching?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he?
I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah. I just spoke to him. I'm going to try to get him on here too. He definitely got to get him on for some of the line stories for sure. But
oh, dude,
I'm excited to talk to him. We were texting each other 2 weeks ago or so, but he's like, Pete, I'm out for like 3 weeks, and I'll get a hold of you when I'm back from. He was like going all over to Maine and all these. I'm like, no problem, coach. Just whatever.
Dude, he looks phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, literally the day we took the picture, I'm like, you look like the same exact dude that I remember from Widener.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, lost a lot of weight actually, so he looked better. I was like, you look better now than you did 30 years ago.
Wow.
He was a stud too, man. He was a killer player. I don't know if you know that, George. He was like all Catholic League, and he played at Juniata, and he was a starting middle linebacker. They went to the Stag Bowl his freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was a good player, but how we transition into the O-line. I mean, we'll talk to him and go from that. But he was a good coach, man. I enjoyed playing for him too. I mean, I prior to him, every coach was a fucking maniac, crazy, insane, yelling, screaming person. But for him to be like more chill, not completely, but pretty chill and a little more suave, I guess you could say, was a nice change for him.
You guys were super lucky. He was awesome.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing for him, but it's good, man. What else you got, George? You got any more questions for this guy, man? Record breaker over here.
Oh, man,
nothing we can record. Put the recording on pause.
I got away unscathed. I love it.
Yeah. Trust me. I didn't know what would come out of your mouth. I know you.
I tried hard, man. I just wanted to know it could be. I literally left so many stories that I wanted to bring up, and I was like, I can't. I can't say that. I can't say that. And I'm like, what if my mom listens to this or something? I doubt she will, but I don't want her knowing this shit. But yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. I'm glad you're doing this, Pete. This is fun. I watch every episode. I go back. The C. Giles, I love seeing him. Shout out to him. Dude, I got a story about him. We were senior year, I told you, we used to have the parents back at our place, Andorn 4. And Clarence, like when the kids started showing up, the parents would kind of skedaddle. So parents had just all left. Clarence comes down. He has a couple beers. He's like, Vic, I'm going to use your bathroom. I said, okay, no problem. So he goes in. I room with Cahill. Cahill was like, it was me, Cahill, House, and Hamill. Clarence goes into the bathroom, strips down naked because he's taking a shit. I'm like, oh, man. Well, Cahill comes in, opens the door, and sees Clarence naked as the day he was born in our bathroom, and closes the door and comes back out to me. He's like, and he says to me, he's like, Vic, there's a dude in the bathroom. He's totally naked. His shirts are hanging up on the. So at the same time, Clarence is walking out. He's all changed. 5 minutes later, he's all changed now. I was like, Clarence, my roommate just came in, said you were naked in the hall. He's like, I was taking a shit. I'm like, do you always get naked when you shit? Like in other people's places too? He's like, yeah. I don't know why I find that funny. You guys don't find that funny? I mean, dude, I was dying laughing because Cahill didn't know what to do.
You wouldn't
have known. Was that his first
time
in your
Yeah, you wouldn't have known unless you walked in, right? Yeah.
I don't care that he's taking a shit. I care that he's butt-ass naked and my roommate walks in And then he says to me, like, I should be, he's like, I sweat when I take a shit. He's like, I take my clothes off. I gotta dap down afterwards. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and he's looking at me like I'm fucking weird. Yeah. That is not right. I don't do that.
We didn't have that, but we used to have, and when we were in Andorn, right, kind of next door to you guys. What's his name? Noonan, the kicker, the other kicker, would come over and he'd pass out in our bathroom with the door. No one banging on the door to bust the door open. He's on the toilet, like passed out every week. Like, what the hell, man? Like, just some of the stuff that we some of the non-football stuff that we lived through
dude,
and with is hysterical. Man.
All right, let's cut this call now because it's gonna. I can't. I can't do it. There's too many. Like,
oh my God.
Like, let's get a happy hour together or something.
Let's do. We got. Yeah. We'll do that. I'll tell you what. Let's do me a favor, man. So we'll wrap up here in a second, but get me all those guys' emails if you can, and I'll start to reach out to some of the other guys, and we'll get maybe 15 or so guys on a call and just, kind of like.
I don't even have emails. I'll have to.
Well, just text. Put us all on a text, and I'll get people on, and we'll set up something, and we don't have to record nothing. We can just touch base again, right?
Dude, and I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh,
if we get like 20 people on this thing, it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, and we could even, if you wanted to, or you guys thought about it, we could do it, on a Friday or Saturday. Not like, look, football season's here. Like my kid's first game is Friday, so Friday nights are shot for me.
You got a slinger too.
I got two. I tell you what, my middle kid just got his first offer. He got a Division I FCS offer the other day. So wow. He's only a junior. So
congratulations, man.
That's appreciate awesome. It. But yeah, my youngest is the quarterback, and they got him at outside linebacker too. But he's big, man. He's going to be big. He's already 6'2". I don't know where he got the height from. Actually, if you jokingly, but I'm like the run of the family. My cousins are fucking 6'4". So they're all big. Yeah, I'm the run. On the Italian side, I'm a fucking giant, but on the Irish side, I'm small. So it's just kind of funny. But yeah, let's do that. Let's we do like a Saturday night or something, man. We could, we can stay on late, whatever. And
every night Saturday to me, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're the only one, you bastard. You and Blaze about it, right?
Have fun at work tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
George, tell everyone I said hi.
Yeah, right.
Take care of my money.
Yeah, we'll do something, man. I'd love to do something like that, and just get a little round robin going. And we should just get all the guys that are seniors like us. That class and
just our group. People will jump on, and virtual is the best way to do it because you're far away. Mad Dog's in freaking Texas, and
Danny's in Texas. I'm sure. Yeah, trying to think who else is. Everyone else is pretty much around though, for the most part. But we can work something out. That'd be fun.
Dude, we'll laugh for days, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, bro, man, it's been good to having you on here, man, catching up and chatting on some old stuff. But really enjoy the time here, bro. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
love it.
Brothers for life, man.
That's it, baby.
I love it. I love following you guys on Instagram. Keep posting. George, work on your form in the weight room, man. You're gonna be like Mr. Olympia soon. I'm telling you, man. Every time I read it, I'm like, oh, man, God loves me today. And I'm like, why don't my arms look like that? I probably do as much working out as he does, but I'm telling you, it's great. I appreciate you guys for doing this and taking the time to, get people on. And, I know it's not easy to do this every month, but it's been fun watching for sure.
We are enjoying it, man. I know George. Yeah, I know you're doing a good job of pushing it, and it's been fun. I'm glad that everyone's receptive to it. So
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, get the newer teams on." Fuck them.
Well,
Not
look, I would
No, I
interview
know, I know.
anybody, right? But I don't fucking know anybody. But that would help. It would help to learn. But
Yeah.
I mean, look, I got about 30 more people on my list that we could talk to before we run out of like
Dude, got a long
material, and that's a long time. So we got years of material. I'm gonna try to get Sam on here soon. I talked to AJ; he wants to get on,
That'd be
which
awesome.
he'll be good to have on, and it just so many other players that we could
Gossett.
talk
I
to,
just
man.
talked to
Yeah,
Gossett. He was
good.
like, come on.
Yeah, we should we got to get Anthony on. I mean, there's
I got stories about him in Europe.
yeah,
He
yeah,
came over
Oh
us
yeah,
here
we
for a
didn't even
while.
talk about you.
yeah.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah, I only heard that you guys had done that. I had never heard any real information about how that went.
Our Widener team would have blew the doors off of that team we played for over there.
Yeah.
I just got messed up. I tore my knee in Czechoslovakia and then had surgery over there to have my ACL taken out. Tried to play like 2 weeks later and just tweaked it, and that thing blew up. I said, I'm not playing no more. So they're like, well, what are we going to do? We need an American on our team. And I was like, all right, I'll get you somebody. And then we were talking about something. I was like, dude, would you ever want to come over here? He's like, yeah. I was like, come on. He came over with his girlfriend. His first meal, I remember we ate at a restaurant because it was like one of our sponsors. And he stayed, I had like a flat when I was over there, but he stayed at the Stop at Sleep Motel, which was another one of our sponsors. So he had like a maid every day. I'm like, dude, you got someone cleaning all your shit. You're eating in a restaurant. I'm like, this is like a vacation for you. But he went into the restaurant and ordered like this meal. It comes out, he eats like 3/4 of it, and he's like, I don't like this. So he calls the person over and he's like, and this wasn't in our sponsor, this is just like in a place. He's like, take this back. And I'm like, you got to pay for it. He's like, I ain't paying for that. I didn't like it. I'm like, well, why'd you eat 3/4 of it then? You can't be doing that. Yeah, I don't like these McDonald's French fries are shit. Take them back. Like you can't do that. But yeah, we had a good time over there. We didn't fit, but it was nice when he came over, like having that piece of home after like it was probably 4 months I'd been there, and I was like to have like him come over. I was like, man, seeing him get off that airplane and come out, I was like, man, it's great to see home. My parents came over for a little bit. My girlfriend came over at the time, and that was fun. But like, just to be able to talk like normal
Yeah.
speed, you know what I mean? Like, it was nice to have a friendly face, So, but yeah, get him on too. That'll be great. But yeah, let's do that hookup. Let's do that call. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Let's start sharing some contacts and we'll put together we'll put it together. I don't know when, but we'll do something soon, and we'll do, like I said, we'll do a Saturday night so everyone can just, we don't have to do it late on a Sunday, and everybody can pop some beers and have some drinks and just bullshit.
Virtual happy hour. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, sounds good. All right, man.
All right, boys.
Great job, Vic.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Be well. We'll talk soon.
All right, brother.
All right, guys. See
you guys.